What is going on, everybody? What is going on, the Catch fam? Hope everyone is doing phenomenal today, man. Hope everyone is looking forward to a great Sunday. We are 2 hours away from kickoff here in week 3. So you guys know what time it is, baby. It is time for another round of live week 3 fantasy Q&A. So hop on in here, man. Let me know what you guys need. Let me know your guys' thoughts, questions, comments, concerns. 2 hours till kickoff. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some fantasy football. Y'all know what to do, man. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you are new to the channel, hop in the live chat. Let me know how everyone's doing. Let me know what fantasy questions you guys have got. And let's get ready for another great week or day or weekend of football and fantasy football. All right, let's take a look overall. We've got a lot of injuries. So from NFL game day, Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert is pushing to play with a throwing session on Saturday, providing a glimmer of hope. Meanwhile, Ravens running back J.K. Dobbins is making his debut today, which we already knew. But it looks like there's some potentially good news if you're a Justin Herbert owner, according to NFL game day. But, I mean, does that really mean anything? I'm not quite sure. Josh Jacobs could be ready. There's optimism he'll be ready to play, but there'll be no decision until pregame warmups. Patriots receiver Jacoby Myers, listed as questionable today due to a knee injury, is not expected to play versus the Ravens. Broncos Jerry Jeudy, listed as questionable for Sunday night due to rib and shoulder injury, is on track to play. All right, so that's not new. We already knew that. James Conner still listed as questionable. Alvin Kamara still listed as questionable. So the main names we're keeping an eye on here in the early window before kickoff: Alvin Kamara, James Conner, Jerry Jeudy, and of course Justin Herbert, fully loaded. I need Herbert to play, I'm not gonna lie. Like I might be rolling the dice and just seeing if what happens if I just leave Herbert in my starting lineup. Like, oh gosh. All right, let's see who's in the chat. Godfather, what's up, man? Football Sunday, let's get it. Let's go. Andrea, hello, what's going on? Trevor, what's up, my guy? Hello. Jude, what's up, man? Any news about James Conner? So yeah, like I said, let me take a double look here, but I don't think we have any true update quite yet. 3 hours ago, James Conner is trending towards playing. Arizona Cardinals running back James Conner will test his injury pre-game, but it's trending towards playing against the Los Angeles Rams in week 3, according to Adam Schefter. So there's a little positive update. I'm glad we took a double look there. So yeah, that's good news. That's good news if you're a Conner owner, right? Let's take a look at Kamara, a closer look, so to speak. See what we've got going on with Kamara. Kamara is expected to play. I just got NFL breaking news. Josh Jacobs will play week 3. Worked out on Sunday and was deemed good to go after previously being considered questionable with an illness. So we've got Kamara expected to play. We've got James Conner trending towards playing. Let me see if I can fit everyone on the screen. Maybe not. Yeah, and now we got Josh Jacobs in the mix too. Let's go. Now we just need Herbert. Like that was, and I guess Jeudy, right? So let's pull up Josh Jacobs. Let's see what's going on with Jacobs. Well, this is still not up to date. Apparently, he's going to play. So this is not up to date. But he should be good to go according to, I got that notification from Underdog. So, That's good news. We got some good news here in the early window. All right. J-Dubs, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? San Francisco defense or Philly? I would go with Philly, Andrea. I like Philly this week. I think they're going to have a good game. Deshaun, what's up, man? Start 1, flex 1, PPR. Michael Thomas, DJ Moore, Adam Thielen, Antonio Gibson. I would go with Michael Thomas and Antonio Gibson if it was my personal roster. I need Herbert not to play, yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there who also, in turn, need Herbert not to play. But, so I get it. I'd like to see Herbert play. I got some stock in that Chargers offense. In my double quarterback league, Herbert's my second QB. J-Dubs, I'd flex Mike Thomas. Yeah, there's no question. Michael Thomas needs to be in your starting lineup. I need Herbert to play facing Eckler. Should I trade Kyler for Dak and Jerry Jeudy? Sorry, I saw this in the comments and I meant to get to it very quickly before I started streaming. Eric, it depends on the rest of your roster. Depends on the rest of your roster. Who's your next quarterback in line? You know, like I think it's a fair enough trade, but it just depends on the rest of your roster at the end of the day. Hope Swift has a bust game so I can buy him lower. I would love for DeAndre Swift to become a buy low. But I'm not quite sure it's going to happen. Let's see here. Godfather likes DJ Moore. Should I start Knox or Logan Thomas? Rendon, what's up, man? Good to see you. I would probably go with Logan Thomas. I like Thomas this week. The Eagles are playing bad against the tight end position. Thomas has actually been a little bit more consistent on the season. I got Daniel Jones, but I need a wide receiver in a 14-man league. I mean, you're losing a lot of value at quarterback there. Like, a lot. And who knows what Dak's going to look like when he's healthy. Like, you're going to be rolling with Daniel Jones for, like, a couple weeks. I don't love it for your team, but it's not a bad trade, like, in terms of the trade itself, but in terms of your overall roster, it's not my favorite trade. Toker City, what's up, man? Hello, hello, good morning. Kamara is the same age as James Conner. Yeah, apparently. They're both 27. Josh Jacobs, 24. Derek, pick 3. Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Cortland Sutton, Allen Robinson, Allen Lazard, CeeDee Lamb, Patty and Cheese. I go Drake London, Cortland Sutton, CeeDee Lamb for a safe floor. If you want upside, go Garrett Wilson. But definitely London and Sutton, and then either Wilson or Lamb. Damian Pierce, Dylan, or Gabe Davis. I would probably go Gabe Davis, personally. Yeah, I'd probably go Gabe Davis. Go Davis, Pierce, then Dylan. Pierce is a good start this week. Chase Brown, what's up, man? Hello, hello, hello. Everett or Irv Smith? Ooh, buddy. Everett is kind of difficult to look at because, like, I think he loses a fair amount of value if Herbert doesn't play. Irv Smith, I think, is a good option. If you think Herbert's going to play and you want to roll the dice, go Everett. If not, go Irv Smith. Gibson, A.J. Dillon, and James Conner. I think I'm going Gibson, but not sure. I don't mind Gibson there. Yeah. I mean, Conner is probably still the best start if he's healthy. But, I'm fine with Gibson. I'm fine with Gibson. Who do I start at receiver for PPR League? I got Lamb, Gabe Davis, Drake London, Higgins, and Bateman. You'd probably go Drake London. I mean, do you just need one start or do you need multiple? If you need multiple, then Gabe Davis, Drake London, and either Higgins or Lamb if you need a flex. I mean, it's a good position right here. I mean, Drake London is like he's a starter for me no matter what today. He's playing good football. We got a good matchup. I do think Gabe Davis bounces back from injury. Lamb is a safe floor. Higgins is still a good play against the Jets. Bateman is a good play, but I probably like the rest of the receivers here a little bit more. Start 3, sit 1. DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Alvin Kamara, and Kirk. I'd probably sit DJ Moore. Yeah, I'd probably sit DJ Moore. Sutton. Oh, sorry, that's an answer. Wide receivers are Kupp, Garrett Wilson, and Shepard. Yeah, you do need some help, don't you? It just depends. Like, are you comfortable rolling a couple weeks with Daniel Jones? You know, because Dak has a chance to return by week 5 or 6. So let's say it's week 6, right? Then you're rolling with Daniel Jones against Dallas, against Chicago, against Green Bay. So, like, I mean, he had 16 points in week 1, 13 in week 2. He's QB 21. Like, if you're comfortable with that floor until Dak is back, I don't think it's the worst trade. I think it, down the stretch, helps your roster if you think you can win football games with Daniel Jones at quarterback. Should I sit Buffalo's defense because of injury? If I do, should I pick up Atlanta, Chicago, or Giants for the week? I'd probably go Atlanta. I think Atlanta is an interesting play. I like Atlanta. I'd probably go Atlanta, then Chicago, then the Giants. I don't think the Cowboys are going to play that poorly offensively. Like, I'd rather go with the Cowboys defense. Although they're not really as much of a streaming option per se. They're probably rostered, but probably go Atlanta out of the mix if you do. Like, I think it's probably smart to bench Buffalo this week. They have a lot of injured players. I mean, a lot. And the Dolphins looked good last week. So, I'm not against that move. You mean Danny Dimes? Yeah, man, if you're good with Danny Dimes, then I don't think it's a bad trade per se. Start 1, Pollard, Singletary, Stevenson, or Edmonds. I probably go Pollard. I like Pollard this week. I think he's got a good shot to score. Picked up Shepard to sub for Mike Williams in case Herbert is out. Yeah. I mean, it's a good, like, waiver option. But there's still a chance Mike Williams plays well with Chase Daniels. Let me see if there's any update on Herbert. I don't think we're going to get one by the... Chargers want Justin Herbert to consider sitting out. Los Angeles Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert, ribs, pushing a play in week 3 despite fracturing cartilage in his ribs last week. The medical staff has encouraged Herbert to take a long look before deciding on what to do. Herbert is debating on getting a pain-killing injection, which would likely allow him to suit up for week 3. However, the organization doesn't want Herbert to suffer a longer injury by playing through the issue. Sounds like Herbert is leaning towards playing, but fantasy managers should check back before kickoff. Chargers offense would take a significant hit, assuming Herbert is unable to suit up. That is like the worst possible update we could have gotten. That answers no questions. Yeah, Sport Dog, if you're not confident in Mike Williams, Shepard's fine, but the ceiling is much, much lower. Cam, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the Catch Fam. Very, very kind of you to hit that subscribe button. Albert, what's up, man? Hello, hello. Joe, start 2. Alan Lazard, Jeff Wilson, Nicole Hardman, Jahan Dotson, or Julio. I would comfortably go with Alan Lazard and Jahan Dotson. Yep. Dotson and Lazard for me. If you don't go Lazard, go Wilson, but Dotson is a good move for sure. Cade, start Dawson Knox or Evan Engram. I'd probably go Knox by a hair, but Ingram's not a bad stream. I still go Knox just slightly. I think Buffalo will be fine. It would be as much of a shootout as if you think the Bills are still stout against the pass. Yeah, I'm not like completely out on the Bills, so maybe don't make any crazy decisions. Like you don't have to bench them, but if you don't feel confident, I think it's okay to stream someone or a different defense. Hurts or Mahomes, 6-point passing touchdown. Jeez, that's a tough question. I'd probably go Mahomes by a hair. Hurts has a higher likelihood to run a couple in, so probably go Mahomes by a hair, but you're not really going to mess up either way, man. Atlanta or Philly defense this week? I will go Philly. Diamond, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Very, very kind of you. Welcome to Catch Fam. Tua over Cousins. Bills defense is banged up. I do think that Cousins has a pretty good game script this week, but I'll go with Tua. Yeah, I'll go Tua for some upside. Why not? Start 2 running backs, Pollard, Zeke, Wilson Jr. I'd probably go Pollard and Wilson Jr. But you're kind of rolling the dice, like, if you go Zeke and or Pollard, like, either guy could score. I would be willing to bet whoever scores has the better fantasy day. Bills 35-31, bet on it. Aaron Reborn, what's up, bro? What's up? Thielen, Julio, or Dylan? Oh, gosh. I'd probably go Dylan and hope that he scores. Should I ride with Russell Wilson or bench him for Stafford? I like Stafford more this week. I think he's in a good game script versus the Cardinals. I'd probably go Stafford. I think it's a good game script. I think he's going to have a good day. Yeah, I go Philly defense over Atlanta, Alex. Pick 3, Garrett Wilson, Cortland Sutton, Fournette, Kirk, Michael Thomas. Gosh, Derek, this is a good position to be in. I'd probably go Kirk, Michael Thomas, and Cortland Sutton, though. It's close with Garrett Wilson floating around. I definitely bench Fournette and Patterson, but like Kirk and Thomas should be in your starting lineups. They've played well enough to this point, right? I think Sutton's safer than Wilson. I'd probably go Sutton. Pollard looks better suited for the downside of Cooper Rush compared to Dak. I agree with that. With the Dak-less Dallas Cowboys, Pollard looks to be the better play. Start Edmonds or Ramondre. I'd probably go Edmonds. Ramondre just has not proven anything. At least Edmonds has proven a 10-point game in week 1. Hollywood Brown or CeeDee Lamb? I like Hollywood Brown this week. The Rams are like 31st against opposing wide receivers. So I like Hollywood Brown. I think he's a good start on the week. I'd probably go with Hollywood. Bengals or Chiefs defense? I would go with the Chiefs. I really like the Chiefs today. Colts offense looks bad. Go with the Chiefs. I think they're a great start. We're on the go. What's up, man? I appreciate the kind words, man. We're getting better. We're getting a lot better, man. It takes some time to get over COVID, though. Diamond, I have Herbert. Do I start Flacco at 12 or wait till afternoon games and pick up Mariota? I would wait until the afternoon games and pick up Mariota. I would. Yep. Because there's a strong chance Herbert plays. I would say it's like, I don't know, I would say it's like 50-50, but I think Herbert wants to play. So I would hate to see him, like, have the ability to start Herbert and he plays and he benched him for Joe Flacco. Not that Flacco's a bad stream, but I think Mariota is a perfectly fine stream against the Seahawks. So I would wait and see if Mariota's a play for you. Josh Jacobs going to play today. Re-rolling with them, yay or nay? Oh, Jacobs, what are we going to do with you? 8.3 points in week 1, 9.1 in week 2, 57 rushing yards in week 1, 69 in week 2, a target and reception in each game. No touchdowns. He gets Tennessee. It's a pretty good matchup. I think if you don't have better options, you can. But I'm not in love with it. Joshua with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, man. It's very, very kind to you. Full PPR. Start Greggy D or stick with DJ Moore in the flex. Oh, I do like Greggy D this week. Man, DJ Moore's just been disappointing. So Greg Dortch, 13.3 points in week 1, 15.5 in week 2, 9 targets week 1, 4 targets in week 2, 7 receptions week 1, 4 receptions week 2, and a touchdown. At least 55 receiving yards in each game this week. And he's going up against the Rams, ranked 31st against opposing wide receivers. I'd probably stick with Greggy D. I really would. DJ Moore, on the other hand, is wide receiver 41 in full PPR, 6 targets in each of his games, 3 receptions in each of his games. 43. How does that happen? 43 receiving yards in each of his games. He had a touchdown in week 2. His stat lines are exactly the same, except he had a touchdown in week 2. That's crazy. He gets the Saints. Should be going up against Marshawn Lattimore. I don't know, man. I think it's a much tougher day for DJ Moore. I go Greg Dortch. I think he's a solid play this week. Thank you so much for the super chat, Josh. That was very kind of you, bro. Let us know if you have any other questions. Noah, full PPR, pick 1. Curtis Samuel, Gabe Davis, Mike Williams playing against Wentz. Man, that's tough because naturally you're going to start Mike Williams, but like we have the Herbert situation. If you're worried about Herbert, keep Mike Williams on your bench and go Gabe Davis. Curtis Samuel's going to have a good game too. Hey, it's a good position to be in, but maybe we want to root against Carson Wentz, so we bench Curtis Samuel. I think Gabe Davis is perfectly fine versus Miami. I still think he holds a lot of good value. So, even coming off injury. But, like, really, Noah, whoever you start here is going to have a good game. Like, Mike Williams is the riskiest because of the situation with Herbert. But, like, overall, I think you're in a good position, my guy. 2 are Mahomes. Don't overthink it. Go Mahomes. Go Mahomes for sure. Mahomes is definitely the start there. What are the best handcuff / upside running backs to roster? Well, it depends on, like, who's available and who's not, right? Like, I like Kenneth Walker, Tony Pollard, Alexander Mattison, Khalil Herbert, Brian Robinson, Rachaad White is a good name. Jamal Williams is probably a good name. But it kind of depends on who's out there, right? Depends on how deep your league is. You got Michael Carter, Breece Hall. Yeah, it kind of depends. Should I start T. Higgins or Michael Thomas, Cam Akers, or Penny? I will go Michael Thomas, Juke. What's up, Juke? Good to see you, man. I will go Cam Akers over Penny. I don't feel good about Penny whatsoever from a fantasy perspective. I have Hurts and Smith stacked versus Washington, but I have Greg Dortch and Ayuk on the bench with Chase as my other starting receiver. How do you feel about Smith versus Washington? I do like Smith. I do. I mean, the stat line in week 1 sucked. I get it. But, I mean, 7 targets in week 2. He caught all 7 in week 2. 80 receiving yards, 15 fantasy points. So, and that's full PPR, of course. I mean, I think Greg Dortch is a really good start this week. I like Dortch more than Ayuk. I think you could flip a coin between Smith and Dortch. If you like the stack involvement, then maybe you stick with Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith. But I think Greg Dortch is a really solid play this week. But yeah, you're definitely starting Jamar Chase. We know that much. Hurts or Mahomes? Wow, second time we've gotten that one today. I mean, like, it depends on your scoring format. I mean, I probably go Hurts. But there's nothing wrong with Mahomes here. Pick 3, Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Cortland Sutton, Allen Robinson. I think we hit this one, Derek. Drake London, Cortland Sutton, CeeDee Lamb for a safe floor, Garrett Wilson for upside. Flex and full PPR, Connor, Ayuk, or Dortch. I'd probably go Dortch. There, just because Connor's been banged up. Ertz or Everett, I'd probably go Ertz, just with the situation with Everett overall and Herbert overall. Aaron Jones or Jeff Wilson, go Aaron Jones for sure. Not even close for me. Godfather says Panthers offense will pick it up with more familiarity as the season goes. I hope so, man. I hope so. I mean, yeah, DJ Moore did improve from week 1 to week 2, right? Russell Wilson or Jared Goff this week, given the matchups. I go Goff. I don't believe in Russell Wilson right now. I think it's the Niners. I don't know. I just don't like that game script. I think it could be a low-scoring game. I have Mike Williams, Scary Terry, wide receiver 2, and flex. If Herbert is out, should I put in Jeff Wilson or Garrett Wilson? Well, you have to make the decision probably before we know anything. So, if you don't want to start Mike Williams, I will go with Garrett Wilson. Barlow, what's up, man? Hello. Mike Williams, MT, or Gibson at flex today in my 6-team league. I'll go Michael Thomas. Yeah, I go Michael Thomas there. Michael Thomas becoming one of those names that we just like probably have to start on a weekly basis. If TJ Hawkinson doesn't play, is Logan Thomas a good backup? Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. He's going to have a good day, man. Full PPR, Wilson Jr., Allen Robinson, or Curtis Samuel. I go Curtis Samuel here. Gotta go Curtis Samuel. I mean, like, at the end of the day, Curtis Samuel is your wide receiver 11 right now. And this is a good matchup for Curtis Samuel. Like, the Eagles' defense is good, but Samuel shouldn't be seen as much defensive pressure. Samuel and Dotson are going to have moments in this game where Scary Terry's going to draw the most attention. What's everyone cooking for the games? That's a real question, asked Juke. Let us know, guys. Chat, what are you guys eating today? Wings, pizza, burgers, something healthy? Nachos? What are you guys eating today? We need to know. I do need to go to the grocery store and get something. So, maybe I'll cook a steak today or something. I got Chicago's defense, Minnesota, Giants, Panthers, Atlanta on the wire. Stay with the Bears. I think the Bears are just as good of a stream as any of those other teams. I would go Bears versus Texans, yeah. Do you think Hawkinson will play? It's hard to say. Let's take a look. He's expected to play in Week 3. TJ Hawkinson, hip, is expected to play for the Detroit Lions in Week 3's road matchup against the Minnesota Vikings. 7 targets in both his games this year. The Vikings have only allowed 8 receptions to tight ends so far this year. But Hawkinson's seen enough volume that you can start him. Gibson or Curtis Samuel? I go Curtis Samuel. Juke grilling on pork chops. I like it. I like it. John, how are your best ball teams doing so far? Not so good, man. Not so good. Last I checked, it was not looking good. I should pull up all the catch fam leagues and see where everyone's at. David, last one. Hey, we got you, bro. I have Henry and Jamal Williams at running back, then Gibson. Should I flip those running backs at all and put Dortch in my flex? I know Henry has struggled. Also have Breece Hall working for 3 and okay. Excuse me. I'll go Henry, Gibson. I don't think you need to start Jamal Williams. I think you have to start Henry. Like, don't give up on him yet. Henry, Gibson, and then go Greg Dortch. Go Greg Dortch. He's going to have a good game. I don't mind Breece Hall involved here, but I just see the best ceilings with Henry, Gibson, and Greg Dortch. That's who I would roll with. We got you, Tanner, of course, man. Mahomes over 2, I agree, but the Bills missing 5 or 6 starters on defense has me thinking it. It's a good point, and I do think that Tua could have another good game. But at the end of the day, like, with even with holes on that Bills defense, like, Patrick Mahomes gets the Colts defense, who's been playing awful. I mean, Trevor Lawrence was 25 of 30 last week against the Colts defense. I think Mahomes could have one of these games where he comes out in the first half and just lights it up. Like 20 points in the first half alone. So, you know, which isn't always the best, because then in the second half, like, the Chiefs let off the brake, or let off the gas, I should say. So, I would still go Mahomes. But if you feel better about Tua, I'm not going to talk you out of it. But I go Mahomes. All right. Little Caesars got to support the NFL financials. All right. Maybe start Henry and Gibson, put Dortchen at flex. That's what I think too, Godfather. Cousins or Wentz? Oh, gosh. Probably go Cousins in the divisional matchup. I still think Wentz is going to have a pretty decent day. Like, I'm not completely out on Wentz. But you probably go... Cousins is probably a safer floor, right? Who should I start at flex? Thielen, DK, Lazard, or Hardman? I'd probably go with Lazard. Man, I don't want to be out on DK, but, like, he just hasn't been it. Like, I still think Metcalf can have some big games. He's wide receiver 61 in PPR. Gross. At least 6 targets in each game. No touchdowns. He draws A.J. Terrell more than likely all day today. I just don't like it. I go Lazard, and you hope he scores, right? Let's see here. Pick one, full PPR, ETN, Henderson, or Stevenson. I go Henderson, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Chargers or Bengals defense? I probably go the Chargers. I don't want to bet against this Jets offense that's throwing the football 50 times a game. Should I try and trade Amari Cooper high after his performance this week, or do you think his good form will continue? You know, Oliver, I gotta admit, I wasn't very high on Amari Cooper going into the season. I really didn't think he was going to be able to perform at an elite level with Jacoby Brissett at the quarterback position. But he's really proved us wrong. He's played some damn good football. And, you know, it'd be one thing if he had just had the one performance in week 3, but he had an even better performance in week 2. He gets Atlanta, the Chargers, New England, Baltimore, and Cincinnati. He's got a favorable schedule. Gets a bye week. Gets Miami, and then gets the return of Deshaun Watson in week 11 at Buffalo. Why did I think... No, wait. Deshaun Watson, does he come back week 11 or week 13? Regardless. Cooper's got some good matchups. He's playing good football. He's wide receiver 6 in PPR. Like, you could probably sell him high and get good value, but I think he's probably worth holding on to. Depends on what you can get for him, I guess. Pick one, full PPR, Curtis Samuel, Hollywood Brown, James Robinson, or Jon Dawson. Okay, Robert, this is a good position to be in, man. I probably go Hollywood Brown. I really like Brown today. I think Brown could have his best game of the season. It's a good matchup for Hollywood. If you're worried about him seeing too much of Jalen Ramsey, then go Curtis Samuel. But Robinson and Dotson are good options. Like, this is a good position to be in. Chat, what do you guys think? Curtis Samuel, Hollywood Brown, James Robinson, or Jon Dawson? It's a tough one, Robert. I think all these guys are going to have good days. Who's going to have the best day? It's hard to say. I have Mahomes, and I'm going against him, too. That's always the worst. Well, if you want to bet against Mahomes, since you're going against him, then maybe go Tua. But I do think it'd be better just to start Mahomes, and hope he doesn't get too out of hand against the Colts defense today. but good enough to where you can perform well in the league that you have him against you and perform well in the league that you do have him in your starting lineup. Hello, Catch. What's up, Land? I'm in a pickle with questionables. Gabe Davis, Duvernay, Josh Jacobs, or James Conner. Start Gabe Davis. He should be good to go. Let's double check. Gabe Davis is expected to play as of 2 hours ago. Go Gabe Davis. No question about it in my mind. Then you have Jacobs or Conner. Conner's expected to play. And so is Jacobs. I'd probably go Conner between the two. Jacobs has a good matchup, don't get me wrong, but I just don't feel good. Just don't feel good about Jacobs. Hasn't scored on the season. It is a good matchup, though. If it's my roster, I'd probably go Davis and Conner. That's a tough one. Chat, what do you think? Gabe Davis or Devin Duvernay? I would be willing to bet most of you would say Gabe Davis, but then Josh Jacobs or James Conner. AJ Dillon, Wilson, Davis, or Samuel at flex this week. If it's Gabe Davis, then go Gabe Davis. Go Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel, Garrett Wilson, then AJ Dillon. Yeah, I'd probably go Gabe Davis there. Which kicker should I go? Chiefs kicker at Colts or Gano? I like Graham Gano this week. I think he's going to have a good game. I go Graham Gano. I think that's a game more suited for field goals as well. Start James Robinson or Josh Jacobs. James Robinson for sure. Not even close for me. Start Robinson. Start 3, Amon-Ra, Kirk, Curtis Samuel, Hollywood Brown. Whoo! That's tough. You're in a good position no matter what here. Start Amon-Ra. Start Christian Kirk. Then Hollywood versus Curtis Samuel. I really like Hollywood's matchup today. But I think Curtis Samuel is just fine. You definitely start Amon-Ra and Christian Kirk. There's an argument for Curtis Samuel or Hollywood Brown. This is tough. That's tough. Oh, they're both safe floors. Like, oh gosh. Hollywood Brown has the better matchup, so maybe go Hollywood. Tua or Kyler Murray? I still go Kyler. I still go Kyler. Let's see here. Sorry, I just closed my windows, showed you guys my desktop. Didn't mean to do that. All right, 12 our full PPR 12-man league. Treylon Burks or Melvin Gordon in a flex. Who would you take? I would go with Treylon Burks. I'll go Treylon Burks. I know it's early, but is David Njoku a good waiver ad, or was it just game script? I think it has to do with game script and the coverage he saw. I think it has to do with just a specific coverage he saw. Like, I'm not completely out on Njoku, but I just think you're going to see a lot of inconsistency. Like, a lot. A lot. All right, let's see here. Week 13, he returned from suspension. That's right, against Houston. I don't know why I thought week 11 for a second. Let's see here. Jane, don't drop Herbert. Don't drop Herbert. What are you doing? Don't drop Herbert. Do not drop Herbert anyone today. Pick up Goff, though. Okay, let's see here. Your mother. Hi, Mom. Hurts, McCaffrey, Swift, Sutton, Pittman, Kelsey, London, Money Mac, bench, Stafford, A.J. Dillon, Henderson. Sorry, I lost my spot. Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson. Would you change something? Greetings from Germany. Hey, what's up, man? So you got Hurts, CMC, Swift, Sutton, Pittman, Kelsey, Drake, London. Oh, yeah, I'd leave that exactly. Yeah, looking at your bench, I would leave this lineup. This is a great lineup. I'd leave it exactly how it is. Exactly how it is. This is a great lineup. I'd feel pretty confident there. Greg Dortch or Nelson Aguilar? I go Greg Dortch, Tom. I'll go Greg Dortch for sure over Aguilar. Jacobs hasn't got volume this season yet. I know. I know. Jane, I'm trying to look at your team and decide who you should drop. You're kind of in a tough pickle. Oh gosh, what are your receivers? Gosh, this team sucks. Oh gosh. Sorry, I'm dealing with text questions / chat questions. Okay. Sorry, chat. All right. Cam Akers or Ramondre Stevenson? Probably Akers. Saw enough volume last week. Probably Akers. Adam Thielen, Brandon Ayuk, or Juju? Oh, gosh. Gosh. I probably start Thielen, but Ayuk is pretty close. Like, it's not Juju for me, I can tell you that much. It's probably Ayuk or Thielen, and I'm not extremely confident in either. What do you think, a.k.a. Bash? Where's your gut leading towards? Bills defense versus Miami or New York Giants versus Cowboys? Who we going with for week 3 PPR? I would still start the Bills defense. I don't feel great about starting the Giants, personally. I don't. Brian Robinson running routes pregame. Oh, no way, Stover. Let's go. Let's go. Jacobs has looked great. Good yards per carry average. Hasn't got any red zone touches. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, if he just found the red zone in either of these games, it's a little bit different, right? Need an RB2 and a flex in PPR. Choices are Dobbins, Penny, Stevenson, Shepard. I think Dobbins is going to be eased in today. I do. But I probably go Dobbins here over Penny and Stevenson, and you probably flex Shepard. I would set Penny and Stevenson out of these options. Stillbird, no, I have Gibson. Oh. Should I trade Jacobs for Breece Hall? I'm not against that. Yeah, I'm not against that. Godfather, going to go on a walk with the fam. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully it's another fun Sunday. Let's go, Godfather. Appreciate you hanging out, man. Have a good time with the fam. Jeff Wilson or Lazard or at flex? Lazard. I go Lazard, personally. Sutton or Cooks? Oh, man. I like Cooks a lot this week versus Chicago. I think he could have a really good day. But I kind of like Sutton more. I think Sutton's a safer play. Cooks gives you more upside. I think Cooks could have one of those big games that we see him have a couple of times a year. Chat, what do you think? Sutton or Cooks? You think I play Curtis Samuel or Hollywood Brown? Ooh, I like both. I like the matchup for Hollywood Brown, so I'd probably go Hollywood Brown by a hair, but both are really good plays. Trust your gut. If Keenan plays, do I throw him at flex over Gabe Davis? It depends. Probably not because of the situation with Herbert. Probably not. Still no update on Justin Herbert. Let me take a closer look. May get ultrasound guided painkilling injection in his ribs. Oh gosh. That's pretty badass, but alright, let me take a look here. Trying to see if there's any updates on Herbie fully loaded that we haven't seen. Doesn't look like it. Yep, I don't. 55 minutes ago, NFL media reports Herbert threw on Saturday, started to feel a little bit better. He will work out pre-game to see if he can play through the pain. As the report notes, it's all about functionality for Herbert. Took a pain-killing shot before Thursday's practice, and that helped. Could possibly take one again on Sunday if necessary. I don't know if that helps anything. Jay, not dropping. Need replacement for today. Yeah, so looking at our league, your best options is Jared Goff, like straight up. I mean, I almost picked up Jared Goff on the week. And then, truthfully, I still like Carson Wentz. I go Goffer and then Wentz and then Flacco. But overall, like, I would just pick up Jared Goff while you can. Who you playing this week? Why are you saying you're going to lose? Oh, you are playing Colin. His team is loaded. Okay, yeah, you might lose. But text me saying you might sacrifice your defense. I mean, I just don't know how much Josh Palmer brings to your squad if you're listening, Jane. Like, I would rather, like, if you drop Josh Palmer, since Keenan Allen might play, and then you start Jared Goff, and then you just start Keenan Allen, like, I don't think you lose. Like, it still gives you a shot to win. I think if you drop your defense, like, you're just submitting a loss, basically, which I think is not smart. Like, you never know. Colin's lineup is better than yours, sure, but you just never know. I would drop Palmer and throw Allen in your lineup. Yeah, Hopkins, Allen, and Schultz are hurting you big time right now. And like Gordon and Jamal Williams are fine handcuffs, but they're only bringing so much. Like, Williams brings more value to your team because you own Swift. So if I was going to drop anyone, it'd be Palmer or Melvin Gordon. I mean, let's face it, Melvin Gordon as a weak flex at this point in the season. He hasn't had more than 6.2 fantasy points. Like, I would drop one of those two guys. I wouldn't submit a loss and sacrifice your defense. Goff, Tua, or Brady. I like Goff. I like Goff. But Tua's a good start there as well. I don't really have a lot of faith in Brady right now. It's like quarterback 30. Sterling Shepard or Devonta Smith. Finn, I'd probably go Devonta Smith by a hair. I like Smith more. I don't love the game script for the Giants' offensive players this week. PPR, Irv Smith or Knox. I'd probably go Irv Smith. Ooh, start Davis or Kirk at wide receiver 2. I'd probably go Christian Kirk. I'd go Kirk by a hair, but both are good starts. 2 questions. Would you trade Patterson for Jacobs? Would you rather start Mooney or Shepard? Gosh. Mooney's been such a bum. I'd probably go Shepard. Would you trade Patterson for Jacobs? You can, but like, We got to see Jacobs find the red zone, man. I'm not against it if you feel better about Shepard. Excuse me, about Jacobs. I'm not against it. I would definitely start Shepard. Like, we need to see a consistent pattern emerge for Mooney before we start him. Shepard over Mooney. Yes, I'd make that trade, says Oz. Start one for RB2 spot, Ramondre, Etienne, or Edmonds. Oh, gosh. Probably Etienne, but maybe Edmonds. Oh, I just don't like this. I'm sure you don't either. It's not Ramondre. Edmonds gets the Bills. I probably go Etienne. I don't like it either way. Like I said, you probably don't either, but yikes. Probably go Etienne by a small margin. Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift, Gabe Davis, J.K. Dobbins are officially active according to my Underdog alert that I just got. So I think we already knew all of that information, but there you go. There's an official update from Underdog. Saints defense against Carolina or Ravens defense. I like both this week, but I probably go with the Saints. I think they're a better unit overall. Okay, thanks. Steven is useless. Steven has his place in the world. He's not useless. I mean, like, I get what Steven's saying with not starting a defense, but I think you're basically just admitting defeat if you do that. Like, I think if you don't have faith in Keenan Allen and you want to roll with Josh Palmer, who has an extremely low ceiling, then you drop Melvin Gordon. And I'm willing to bet, that Keenan Allen plays if Justin Herbert plays, and excuse me, if Justin Herbert does not play, then Keenan Allen sits. Like, I'm willing to bet that's why we don't have a clear answer on Keenan Allen. Who do you like the least for the rest of the season? Burks, Elijah Moore, or Dotson? The way it's going, probably Elijah Moore, which is really disappointing. I mean, I like Dotson the most. Burks has been kind of the bright side on that Titans offense, so I'd probably roll with Burks and Dotson. But it's close. I do think when Zach Wilson comes back, Elijah Moore could get back on track. Hey, man, can you help me out? Of course, Matt. What's up? Higbee or Hawkinson? I go Higbee. I go Higbee versus the Cardinals. So my team is Kyler, Kenny, Walker, A.J. Dillon, Kupp, Garrett Wilson, Shepard, Andrews, Travis Etienne, and the Dubes. Got Danny Dimes as backup, Kyler for Dak, and Jerry Jeudy. So you're starting... Running back is a bigger issue for you than receiver, I would say. I mean, you got Kupp, Garrett Wilson, and Shepard. I mean, your depth isn't great, but running back you have Kenneth Walker, A.J. Dillon, and Etienne. I don't know. I'd probably hold Kyler. Like, I think the situation you'll get into here is if you have Daniel Jones as your starter, like, I don't know if you're going to win any games, to be honest. Like, if you keep Kyler, like, your upside and ceiling on a weekly basis at quarterback is much, much better. Then you still have Dillon and Etienne, Kupp and Garrett Wilson, Mark Andrews, and then you can flex Shepard. Like, I just like that lineup more than Danny Dimes and then Jerry Jeudy at wide receiver 2 or flex is definitely better, but, like, I just think the ceiling at quarterback outweighs the ceiling at flex. So I'd probably hold. Oh, you have 2 flex spots. Yikes. So you're probably having to start Kenneth Walker and ETN then. But still, I just don't know, like, how well you're going to do with Daniel Jones at quarterback. And then when Dak comes back, like... I mean, if you feel good about it, I think you can do it. But I think I'd rather hold Kyler Murray because I think it's just going to be a tough couple of weeks with Daniel Jones as your starter. I really like the upside of Jerry Jeudy, but Dak and Jerry both hurt. Yeah. I think I'd rather hold Kyler in that situation. If you feel good about it, I guess you go for it. Excuse me. Should I start DJ Moore, Elijah Moore, and Bateman in my flex? Half PPR. I go Bateman. I like Bateman the most. Sutton or Curtis Samuel, full PPR, looking for floor. Then I go Sutton. Samuel's more upside. Half PPR, flex spot, Samuel, Dobbins, DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson. I think Dobbins is going to be slowly worked in. I'm not 1,000% confident about Dobbins, although he could still find the end zone. I go Samuel or Garrett Wilson here. Both are good starts. DJ Moore is not the worst start, but I like the upside of Samuel or Wilson more. Start Bateman for the deep threat, maybe DJ Moore, but he's playing against Marshawn. Then Elijah because Flacco's his QP. Yeah, that's fair. Ryan, what's up, man? Half PPR, Darrell Henderson or Damian Harris. I go Henderson. Michael, what's up, bro? Gabe Davis, Allen Robinson, DJ Moore. I go Davis. Oz likes Damian Harris. That's fair. I'm not completely against him. I like Hendo this week, though. What I do about Brady? Only option I have is Flacco or Jones or Tannehill. I mean, you can roll the dice on Flacco if you don't believe in Brady this week. I'm not completely against it. Flacco gets the Bengals. The question is, are we going to see a Flacco, like, drop off from production? Or is he just going to continue to actually do pretty well? Excuse me. Still pretty congested over here. 15.3 points in week 1 for Flacco. 25.8 in week 2. He gets Cincinnati. He is a league high. Has completed a league high 63 passes on a league high 103 attempts. Through the first 2 weeks for 616 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Bengals are hungry for their first win. The toss-up. If you don't have the faith in Brady, I think Flacco is okay. Litsky, what's up, man? Grail Collect, hello. You feeling better, Brody? Sydney came down with an illness. Yeah, I'm doing much better. Just still have some congestion and tiredness, but I'm doing a whole lot better. I appreciate it, man. Are you ready for some football? 100%. You know it, man. Run it by you, boys, one more time. Swift or Gabe Davis? Feeling a lot better now. I go Swift. I go Swift all day long. I mean, Gabe Davis is perfectly fine, but I'm going Swift. Start 2, Juju, A-Rob, Jeff Wilson, Dotson, Mooney. What's up, Jonathan? With the correct spelling of the name. That's how I spell it as well. Shout out to all the Jonathans with no H's and who end their name in A-N. We are the best. Okay, start 2, Juju, A-Rob, Jeff Wilson, Dotson, Mooney. I would go with Dotson and either Jeff Wilson or A-Rob. If it's full PPR, maybe A-Rob and Dotson. But I would definitely leave Juju and Mooney on the bench here. So if you feel better about Jeff Wilson over one of those receivers, that's fine. Eric, thank you. I'm going to wait another week to see how Dak's thumb and Jerry's ribs are doing. Plus, see how Kyler handles this Rams defense. Dak has easier schedule than Kyler when back. That's a good point. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Just give it a week or so and maybe continue to ponder that one. And I think, like, if Kyler has a good day today, then you're in a better position, right? So I think it's a good idea to hold off. Jeff Wilson and Dawson have a proven track record. Yeah, I'm good with those two starts there. Lidsky, good to hear, man. Appreciate the Vice in round 1 for starting Amon-Ra over E. Mitchell. 10 out of 10. I meant week 1. Yeah. Amon-Ra's my guy. He's going to have a great season. He's already having a great season. I'm going to have to take a look at my lineups. I've been kind of grazing through them. I think I'm in a good enough spot. I just have some Chargers players floating around, and, like, that's really my only issue. Right now I got Jeff Wilson and A-Rob in. I would throw Dotson in the mix. I think Dotson's going to be fine. Like, McLaurin should draw most of the coverage from Darius Slay. And Dotson's playing good enough football. I think you can start him. All right, I got one league I can't check on computer because I'm not logged in. Any updates for Connor and Herbert? Connor's expected to play. Herbert, we still don't have a clear analysis on. All right, guys. In my double quarterback league, I have Herbert and Hurts as my quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield is my other option. Would you guys risk it and leave Herbert in, or would you just go ahead and throw Baker in? There's no one I can start at quarterback. Like, there's literally no one. Jacoby Brissett, somehow he got dropped. But he's not available to pick up, of course. I think I might just leave Herbert in. Like, I think I'd rather... I'm number 2 in the league. It's a big game. It's a big game. It's a pretty good team I'm going up against. But not nearly as good as my squad, to be honest. And I also forgot, I got to decide if I'm going to start James Conner now. Or if I'm rolling with James Robinson. Ooh, I got decisions to make and only an hour to do so, ladies and gentlemen. We are an hour away from kickoff. Actually, less than an hour. So, hop in the live chat, guys. Let me know what questions you guys have. And we're going to see some football before we know it. Ooh, I got some tough decisions. He had Kareem Hunt, who had 9.10 points. I had Pat Freiermuth, who had 6.10. He's got St. Brown, Cooks, Henry, Kelsey, Hall, Tyler Bass, Chicago, Matt Stafford, and Cooper Rush. Jackson, would you start Curtis Samuel or Keenan Allen? I'd probably go Curtis Samuel with the uncertainty around Herbert and Keenan Allen. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to leave Herbert in or not. I can't decide. All right, chat. This is where you help me. Do I leave Herbert in and risk it? Or do I put Baker Mayfield in? It's a double quarterback league. I also have Jalen Hurts. Do I start James Robinson? Man, I wish I could pull this up. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull it up or not. So you guys can see it. Because I have another decision to make. Right now, DK Metcalf is in my lineup. Because I like his matchup. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm not signed in on the computer. No, I can't. I don't know my password. Gibson or Robinson the flex. I go Robinson by a hair. Richard Glass, what's up, baby? Richard Glass with the $5 dono. Very, very kind to you, man. Thank you so much. What's up? How are you? Good to have you here. Henderson or Purist in half PPR? That's tough. I can see why you've got the question. Man, I probably go Henderson by just a hair. I just feel like he's the safer play. I really do. I mean, he gets Arizona. It's expected to be a shootout through the air. But it's like all it takes is the Rams get into the end zone or into the red zone like twice and Henderson gets the handoff. I don't know. Sleeper doesn't like Henderson this week, but I think he's fine. Purist had 77 total yards last week at Chicago. I'm going with Purist then, thanks. That might be the way to do it. Take the inverse. Hey, I kind of do like Purist. Hey, chat, let us know for Richard. Would you guys start Darrell Henderson versus the Cardinals, or would you start Purist versus the Bears? I think both are good starts. You're kind of rolling the dice like who's gonna score the touchdown, you know? I think both are good starts, man. It's just close. Chat, let us know for Richard. Henderson or Pierce. The game script probably is better for Pierce, but it's close, man. Damon Pierce or James Conner in full PPR. There, I'd probably go Conner by a hair. Probably go Conner by a hair. Herbert or Flacco? Jeez. You have to ask yourself the question, Julian, do you think Herbert's going to play? It's too much up in the air at the moment, you know, for anyone other than yourself to make the decision. If you think Herbert's going to play, you leave him in. If you don't think he's going to play, then you just go ahead and roll with Flacco. Flacco's not an awful stream this week. You just gotta go with your own gut feeling here, man. It's too hard to say. We haven't got anything pertinent in terms of Herbert. If you have quarterbacks in the afternoon window available, Mariota, Jimmy G, Trevor Lawrence, you can roll with one of those guys and still be able to see if Herbert sits or not. Everlast, what's up, man? Mahomes, Cup, A-Rob, Olave, Monty, Kamara, Goddard, Kirk, and Flex. Do I keep Olave or put Beasley in? I would keep Olave. Let's see how Beasley performs. Been a while since he's played football. Let's leave Olave in. David Montgomery or Javonte Williams? I'd probably go Monty. Even if it's full PPR, I'd probably go Monty by a hair. Monty had a good game last week, and he gets the Texans, who are very bad against the position. So I probably go Monty. I'm not totally against Javonte. I just don't like the game script involved for the Broncos and Niners. I mean, I think Javonte could still have a very good game, but I think Montgomery's going to have a good game, man. He looked really good last week. And he gets the Texans. Monty had 15.6 fantasy points, full PPR last week. 122 yards on the ground off 15 rushing attempts. That's 8.13 yards per carry. 2 targets, 2 receptions. Gets Houston. I think you go Monty here. The Texans defense has allowed 3 different running backs to post 8+ fantasy points in only 2 games. I know how crazy 8+ is, but it's still a good matchup. I go Monty by a hair. Jackson says he go Pierce over Hendo. Says he go Pierce. Swerve, what's up? Pick 2, half PPR, Gabe, Davis, Connor, Kirk, Hollywood. Okay. So Good position. I'd probably go Gabe Davis and Christian Kirk. Probably go with those two. You want pieces of that Bills offense in your lineup, and Christian Kirk is just playing really good football. Connor and Hollywood are still good options. They're still good options. Hollywood, you know, the Rams are 31st against opposing receivers through the first 2 weeks of the season. So I'm not completely out on those two. But I just think the best overall starts are Gabe and Kirk. But these are 4 very good football players, so trust your gut here. Little Bunny, hop us up, baby. To the moon. I like it. I like it. Yeah, I've kind of shifted positions since my starts and sets for quarterbacks have come out with the injury report for the Bills, which you alluded to in the comments section on the video. I do kind of like Tua this week. I do. Should I start Wentz or wait on Herbert and have to start Mariota? Yeah, with the matchup that Wentz has today, I think you can hold off here. I think Wentz is going to have a fine game, but I think with what Herbert has to offer, you just hold off. Hold off and go Mariota if Herbert sits. Because if Herbert can play, then you're not at a loss. Like, you can still start Herbert, and you can still pick up Mariota. So I need some Tua time today, says Richard. Hey, you got it last week. That's for sure. That's for sure. Buffalo's projected starting secondary today in Miami, sent to me by Little Bunny Hop. Career Leem, rookie first rounder. Christian Benford, rookie 6th rounder. That's at cornerback. Demir Hamlin at safety, 2021 6th round pick. And then Jaquan Johnson, 2019 6th round pick. This group has made 3 combined NFL starts headed in to today. Maybe it is due a time. Full PPR flex Jeff Wilson or Penny. I go Jeff Wilson without a doubt. Yeah, I have no faith in Penny right now. I would definitely roll with Jeff Wilson. Not even close for me, my guy. Brendan, Carter, Edmonds, Damian Harris, Henderson. I probably would go Carter. I don't mind Harris or Henderson, though. But ultimately, I think Carter's the safest play. It's definitely not Chase Edmonds for me. I don't mind Harris, though. I think that Ravens defense has been slightly vulnerable, so maybe go Harris. But I probably like Carter personally the best. Standard League, Allen Robinson versus Shepard, or also Kirk or Lamb. I'd probably go Robinson. In the shootout, against the Cardinals, I'd probably go Robinson. And then I'd probably go Christian Kirk. Yeah, I like Kirk. Kirk is just playing really good football right now. I think Lamb is better from a PPR standpoint potentially, but Kirk is your wide receiver 8 in full PPR and in standard right now. So I'll lean Kirk. And then CeeDee Lamb is wide receiver 57 and standard, wide receiver 44 in PPR. So I go Kirk, and I go Allen Robinson with a better chance to score, Stanley. Oh, Richard, I had him on my bench last week with the Winston starting, but was still lucky enough to win. That's heartbreaking. But hey, at least he got the dub. I guess not too bad. Oz, I got Gabe Davis, Brandon Cooks, Allen Lazard, Dotson. I'm starting the first 2. I'm good with that, man. I'm good with that. Bunny Hop, I still like Carter and believe in him. Yeah, I think he's a safe floor. I think he's a good start. Mariota versus Seahawks, Trevor versus Chargers, Mac Jones versus Ravens, or Flacco versus Bengals. So I think you either go with Mariota or Trevor Lawrence. You hold out into the afternoon window, and you see what happens. See what happens with Herbert. So I would not start Mac Jones. If you really don't have faith in Mariota or Trevor Lawrence, and you really don't think Herbert's going to play, and you like Flacco enough, then I think that's okay. But I would rather hold off and see if Herbert's going to play, and then start Mariota or Trevor Lawrence. I like Trevor Lawrence this week. Like, I don't think he's that bad of a start. I mean, I'm still going to give the nod to the Chargers defense, but Trevor Lawrence coming off an 18.5-point game against the Colts. Played all right in week 1, just not nearly as good. I'd probably still give the nod to Mariota against the Seahawks. Jane, what about holding off, doing nothing till 4 p.m. games, then pick up? I think it's okay, but I don't think there's great options in the afternoon window. That's the problem. Like, here's what happens if you hold off, Jane. You lose Carson Wentz and you lose Jared Goff. Oh, but you do have Trevor Lawrence. So if you hold off, you either go Trevor Lawrence or Daniel Jones Monday night, which I really don't like. If you hold off, you have to go Trevor Lawrence. He's the best start in the afternoon window available in our league. So I like Goff a lot more, but if you want to hold off, which I'm not against, then hold off and drop Melvin Gordon or Josh Palmer for Trevor Lawrence. I'm not against that option either. I didn't see Lawrence available at first. So if that's what you want to do, I don't think it's bad. But I like Goff. If you really don't believe Lawrence is going to play, then I do like Goff. So, but it's okay to wait. It's okay to wait. Trevor Lawrence gets you a safe enough floor and ceiling that I think you can roll with him. It is a stout matchup versus the Chargers defense, so just be aware. But like, you're not the first person who I made that recommendation to. And in the league where I have Herbert, I wish I had that option. Oz, I have Zeke, Austin Eckler, Jeff Wilson, Melvin Gordon. I'm starting the first 3, just so you guys understand my preference. Hey, yeah, I like it. Guys, as we start to wind down, we got about 45 minutes till kickoff. Let me know who you guys starting today, who you guys benching, what do your rosters look like for the day, and keep the fantasy Q&A going. Thanks, Jono, of course. I know Lawrence is risky. He is, but I mean, I think there's some risk involved with any of the quarterbacks you're potentially starting. Like, I feel the most comfortable about Goff, but there's some risk involved with any of these guys, so I'm not against it. I think it's probably a good plan to just sit back and see if we get an update on Herbert. Because, like, if Herbert starts, like, you want him in your lineup, right? Let's see here. Flex. Rashad, Bateman, Damian Harris, or Sutton. I will go Cortland Sutton. I go Cortland Sutton. All right, let's do some over-unders. Actually, I kind of want to do rivals. Let's do a rivals. MVS or Kelsey to have more receptions. Is that... I mean, Kelsey, right? Not even close. Bunny Hop roster for the day. Tua, Jones, Swift, Diggs, Williams, Hawk, Carter, Dillon, Kansas defense. No kicker league. I like it. Ooh. Jones and Swift and Diggs and Williams is beautiful. Hawkinson, I think, is fine. Carter and Dillon's nice. It's Tua time, baby. Let's go. Alright, so like if I pick the over player, do I get a bigger payout? No, I don't. So I'm definitely going to take Mahomes for more passing yards. JT or McCole Hardman for more receptions. Start Schultz or Everett at tight end. Also Bateman, Hunt, DK, Judy, or Connor. Well, I don't quite know if Schultz is going to play. I don't know. So you probably have to go Everett. Bateman, Hunt, DK, Judy, or Connor. I probably go Bateman. I feel like he's the safest option. I probably go Bateman. I don't mind Judy. I don't mind Connor. With the injuries to those two, I'd probably go Bateman. DK has a tough matchup. Hunt already played, right? So you can't play Hunt. I'm already... the dude I'm playing already had Claypool, and he got 6 points, feeling confident. Let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go. Goff or Wilson? Which Wilson? Oh, Russell Wilson. I go Goff. I go Goff. I don't like this game script for Russell Wilson. I mean, I do think there's a chance that he proves us wrong up against the Niners, but I just feel like it's a low-scoring game. I probably go Goff. I mean, I really like Goff this week. I think it's a good game script and matchup. I really hope he plays well. He's one of my favorite streams of the week. Is Judy a safe play? Yeah, I think Judy's fine if you don't have better options. I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay. I'm not against Judy. Hurts, Tyreek Hill, Drake London, Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Logan Thomas, Bateman, my lineup for the day. It's a solid lineup. It's a solid lineup. I'm good at that lineup for sure. For sure. Breece Hall or Juju and non-PPR flex? I definitely go Breece Hall. I'm not a fan of Juju right now. I definitely go Breece Hall. Broncos suck in the red zones. Definitely true so far this season. Definitely true so far this season. Man, I feel like Derek Carr has to have more passing yards than Tannehill. But for whatever reason, I just don't want to bet on that game. Zeke or Akers, who... Gosh. I don't like either. I'd probably go Akers by a hair. I think you can really flip a coin there. Chat, what do you think? Zeke or Akers? Akers gets the Cardinals. Zeke gets the Giants. There's certainly an argument for either one. Playing Dameon Pierce over Damian Harris and Henderson. I suspect he might not play or on a count. Pierce? I think Pierce will be fine. Wait, who might not play, Emmy? I'm setting Lamar Jackson, starting Hurts. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Probably a better game script for Hurts. Both are great, though. Robert Woods or Juju, stuck with these two because Jacoby Myers is out. Probably Robert Woods. Maybe Juju just because of the matchup. Maybe Juju by a hair. I mean, it's obviously not great. It's obviously not great. I'll definitely take Justin Jefferson to have more receptions than Hawkinson. CD, Juju, or Metcalf? Caleb, I will go CD there. I go CD there. I mean, as long as it's full PPR, I think he's fine. I think he's fine. Emmy says Zeke. It's 50-50, but I go Zeke. Yeah, it's definitely 50-50. Maybe just go Zeke because of, you know, because he's Zeke. I mean, Akers at least saw an uptick in carries last week, which is encouraging. James, what's up, man? Pick 2, J-Rob, Curtis Samuel, DJ Moore, and half PPR. Truthfully, I'd probably go Robinson and Curtis Samuel if it's half PPR. Yeah, I'd probably go J-Rob and Curtis Samuel, man. You could make an argument for DJ Moore. He gets a tough matchup today, though. So, by a hair, maybe not even by a hair, but just overall, I like James Robinson and Curtis Samuel. All right, there's my lineup. Travis Kelce to have more receptions than MVS. Patrick Mahomes to have more passing yards than Matt Ryan. JJ to have more receptions than Hawkinson. DeAndre Swift to have more rushing and or receiving touchdowns than Adam Thielen. And Lamar Jackson to have more passing touchdowns than Mac and Cheese. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to go more receiving yards for Mark Andrews. Hunter Henry has done crap this year. Hey, I'm back. What's up, bro? It may seem obvious, but I'm torn on these receivers. Waddle, Chase, A.J. Brown, bench 1. Also Gabe Davis and Mike Williams. Man, I just think Waddle's playing way too good of football to bench him. I mean, A.J. Brown's playing great football as well. Chase is playing great football. Man, who's in your flex? Like, all those guys can be starts. I probably bench A.J. Brown. I mean, like, you're going to have good receivers no matter what. No matter what. But I probably start Waddle and Chase. And I go Gabe Davis just because of the uncertainty at the quarterback position overall for Herbert. Flex is Amon-Ra. Okay, definitely keep Amon-Ra. I go Waddle, Chase, Amon-Ra. I think the Bengals are going to have a good day. A.J. Brown is a tough player to bench. He's going to have a good day. Don't get me wrong. But I'd probably go Waddle, Chase, Amon-Ra. Then Gabe Davis over Mike Williams. Should I start Goff over Herbert or wait and choose between Mariota and Daniel Jones if Herbie is out? It depends, right? You have to ask yourself the question. Do you think Herbert's going to play? If the answer is yes, then you wait and you leave Mariota, in my opinion, over Daniel Jones as a potential start. If you don't think Herbert's going to play, or if you're uneasy about it, you don't think that there's a good chance, well, then you go ahead and you start Goff, because I think he's going to have a perfectly fine day. Getting Zeke for Henderson, was that a win for me? I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I like Henderson right now, though. And I think Pollard's going to continue to eat into carries, so I'm not against it, though. Sorry, was referring to Judy playing Dameon Pierce over Damian Harris, Henderson, and Mooney. Okay. Might be on a safe count, and it's a game time decision if you won't play or not. Yeah, that makes more sense. Sorry. Judy probably on a shared count. That's probably fair. Let me see if there's any news. I don't see anything in terms of injury report. Now that I got Juju on flex, so should I keep him on my flex or put Robert Woods or Akers there? You might want to go Akers. Oh, Akers is so risky. Only at 8.2 fantasy points. I mean, maybe just go Juju because he's on Kansas City's offense. He at least had 8 targets, 6 receptions in week 1. Listen, man, I think you know you're not in a great position here. So I don't go Robert Woods. I personally really don't go Robert Woods. That offense looks awful. And that's really what you have to kind of determine here is like, what's the best offense as a whole? Who gives me the best chance of like a good offensive day? And it's probably Juju and the Chiefs versus the Colts. I probably will go Juju, Akers, then Robert Woods. But I'm not very high on Juju, like, at all. Do you think Aaron Jones will bust or boom? I think he's fine this week. You know, like, I don't think his ceiling's very high because of the matchup. But I think he's fine this week. All right, there's my entry. Dude, I think this is a solid entry. Aaron Jones or David Montgomery? I'm thinking Aaron Jones, but I'm not sure because of the tough defense. It is a really good matchup for Monty. If you don't like Aaron Jones, who's a tough player to bench regardless of matchup, then I think that Monty is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But Jones is kind of a player that regardless of matchup, you can start. 32 points in week 2, 10.6 in week 1, although the game script didn't support him in week 1. He is RB4 in PPR right now. Like, I think if you own Aaron Jones, he should probably be in your lineup, but I do think the matchup for Monty is really enticing, and he had a really good game last week, so I would probably still go Aaron Jones there, but not completely against Monty per se. All right, boys and girls, we are 30 minutes away from kickoff. The clock is ticking down. We've been streaming for exactly an hour and a half. Let me know your guys' comments, questions, concerns, starts, sits, adds, drops, Justin Herbert situations, quarterback situations, rosters for the day. Let me know how you guys feel. Let's go. We're only 30 minutes from kickoff. Appreciate you guys being here, man. Appreciate you guys spending part of your Sunday here at the channel. I want to start Sutton. I know the Niners secondary isn't that great, but I want to take my chances with London. Seattle secondary is horrible. Yeah, hey man, don't feel bad about starting Drake London. Like if you don't like the game script for the Broncos, I'm not totally against that. Like London's playing good football. Wide receiver 16 in full PPR right now, 12.4 points in week 1, 24.6 in week 2 in full PPR. Sutton, on the other hand, is wide receiver 21. So he's not playing bad football by any means. 11.2 points in week 1, 19.7 in week 2. But if you don't like the game script involved here, I think Drake London's perfectly fine, man. Perfectly fine. I'll go with Aaron. Yeah, I think Aaron Jones has a good day, man. I do. All right, I got to take a look at my squad. I'm still up in the air with what I'm going to do. I got Herbert, Hurts, Mike Williams, Metcalf, Barkley, Robinson. I already started Pat Freiermuth. Got Gabe Davis in the flex. My bench is James Conner, Baker Mayfield, Jon Dawson, then an injured Chris Godwin. Oh, I don't know who to start. Like, do I bench Metcalf is the big question. If I bench Metcalf, I put in Gabe Davis, then I start James Conner. I could see Metcalf just having a good day versus Atlanta, though. And another question is, do I start Baker Mayfield over Herbert? I mean, I have Jalen Hurts as my second quarterback. All right, I changed it. I benched Metcalf. I put Conner in at the flex, and I started Gabe Davis. But then the other issue is I have Mike Williams. Dude, I'm just going to leave Herbert. If I lose, I lose. Whatever. I'm just going to leave Herbert in. I don't like it, though. Do I start Dameon Pierce or Garrett Wilson? What's up, Chris? I'd probably go Garrett Wilson. Here's the thing. I think Pierce is a safer floor. Wilson gives you more upside. Do you feel like you want an upside play or a floor play? Singletary or Akers? Caleb, I probably go Singletary, but I'm not in love with it, and I'm sure you're not either. I'd probably go Singletary by the smallest hair. Metcalf has been inconsistent. That's a good pick. Yeah, I've somehow won 2 games with him as my wide receiver 2. I really need Mike Williams and Herbert to, show up today. Need an RB2. Dillon, Etienne, Pierce, or Stevenson. Would roll with Dillon, but the Bucks D is scary. I'd probably go Pierce. What's up, Mr. Sarcastic? I'd probably go Pierce. I think it's a good call to leave Dillon out. I'd probably go Pierce. Dameon Pierce over Henderson this week. I think the game script is better. Dice, I'd probably go with Pierce. I'm not out on Henderson, but I'd probably go Pierce. It's just a good matchup. It's a good matchup overall, so probably go Pierce. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time is running out. Make sure you guys get your questions in here. Yeah, guaranteed points for Pierce. All right, man. Appreciate you guys being here today. Appreciate you guys spending part of your Sunday here at the channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers today. We gained about 40 subscribers during the stream. Thank you guys, man. It means a lot to me. All right, guys, let me know your starting lineups. Let me know where you guys are feeling confident, where you guys are not feeling confident. I'm in a bad position today. I'm in a bad position. I got a lot of Chargers exposure floating around. Is it worth keeping Akers in a 4-year keeper league? Probably, Caleb. Probably. It depends on what else is out there, but probably. All right, so let's see here. Here are my matchups for the day. Let's kind of do one of these. We'll just leave it right in the middle. Do you think CD will get better later in the season? Yeah, and I think he's still fine. Like, full PPR, I think he's going to be just fine. But yeah, when Dak is back, his ceiling increases. All right, I got Kyler Murray, Austin Eckler, DeAndre Swift, Deontay Johnson already played, Hollywood Brown, Gerald Everett. So there's some Chargers exposure. I'm not worried about Eckler. Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Chris Boswell, the Steelers defense. 2 bad starts by me. I should not have started those 2 players. Benches Burrow, Henderson, A.J. Dillon, and Dotson. So I still think I have the best lineup here. Going up against Tua, Derrick Henry, Gibson, Mike Williams, Higgins, Pitts, Zeke, Bateman, Tucker, and Green Bay. A pretty good lineup overall. That's our boy Spencer. Should be a good matchup in our Catch Fam Auction League. He's projected to win by 0.69, but it's still 50-50. Where I got hurt is I started the Steelers defense, which I started in a lot of leagues this year. Or this week, I should say. Was there some activity here? Oh, Shane, why did you drop your defense? Oh, my gosh. All right, so I'm in a bad position here, too, because I started the Steelers defense. I started the Steelers defense in like 3 leagues this week. It's a really bad move. So I've got Carr, Austin Eckler, Javonte Williams, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mike Williams, Dallas Goedert, Higgins, and McManus. My bench is Captain Kirk, Jacobs, Debo, Hollywood Brown, and Devonta Smith. Would you guys start Derek Carr or Kirk Cousins this week? Derek Carr or Kirk Cousins, who do you guys like more this week? Should I start Knox or Thomas? I would go Thomas by a hair. So I'm facing Mariota, Kamara, Jones, Kupp. Yikes. Deontay Johnson, Hawkinson, Bateman, Hopkins at kicker, and Kansas City's defense. So, I don't think any of these players on the bench are going to make it in. Maybe Henderson, but that's my question. Do I go Carr here versus Tennessee or Cousins versus Detroit? Both 1 o'clock games. Yeah, Cousins did not play well in week 2. Do you think the Lions have a chance at making the playoffs this year? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think I'm going to start Cousins this week. I'm going to start Cousins. Let's go. You like that, Kirk Cousins. My other option is, do I put Curtis Samuel in? I just feel like I can't bench Mike Williams. And I feel like T. Higgins is a good start versus the Jets. I feel like I got to leave Mike Williams in. All right, let's see here. Final matchup. My sleeper leagues. I've got Jalen Hurts, Najee Harris already played. Darrell Henderson, CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle, Dawson Knox, Devonta Smith, Curtis Samuel, Jake Elliott, and I started the freaking Steelers freaking defense. Josh Jacobs, Dameon Pierce, Shepard, Noah Brown, Rondell Moore on the bench. Going up against your boy J-Dubs. Should be a good matchup. He's got Carson Wentz, DeAndre Swift, Jeff Wilson, Debo, A.J. Brown, Ingram, ETN, Algalore, Robbie Gould in the Saints defense, so he's in a pretty good position here. I'm probably just starting this lineup. Pierce is the only question. Like, do I throw Pierce in? Is the only question. I'm going to do it. You know why I'm going to do it? Because J-Dubs is a Bears fan. So I'm going to throw Pierce in. Let's go. Let's go Dameon Pierce. All right, there's my last second change-ups. Elver, what's up, bro? Knox, Everett, Conklin. I probably go Knox. Typically, I go Everett, but with the uncertainty at quarterback, I probably go Knox. What's up, Cash Stylist? Good to see you. What's up? Do you like Gabe Davis, Mike Williams, or Drake London today? I think the safest play is probably Drake London. I do like Gabe Davis. Mike Williams I love, but like with the situation with Herbert, you probably want to go Drake London or Gabe Davis. Drake London for a safer floor, Gabe Davis for more upside. Caleb, Tua or Brady? I'd probably go Tua. I'm not feeling very confident about our boy QB 12. Quarterback 27 in no scoring formats at the moment. Did have a finger injury too. 11.3 points in week 1, 8.4 in week 2. I think you go Tua. Had a question. Should I start Connor and wait till he plays? Should I go Damian Harris? Wasn't sure. I have both. Just want to make sure. I will go with Connor. If you don't have the faith in Connor, then Harris is fine. But personally, I would start Connor. Excuse me. Start 2, Mike Williams, Sutton, CD, Garrett Wilson. I would start Sutton, Garrett Wilson. But really, any combination there is fine. I think Sutton's the only sure start. Like, Garrett Wilson gives you a high ceiling. Mike Williams, even with the uncertainty at quarterback, is still a fine enough play against the Jags. CeeDee Lamb against the Giants is not a bad matchup either, man. Like, I think he's fine. You know, he had 15 fantasy points last week without Dak. So, any combination there is fine, but I like Sutton. I'd probably go Sutton, CeeDee. Like, I like Garrett Wilson a lot this week, guys, but I just want a larger sample size. Like, he didn't really perform in week 1. Higbee or Hawkinson, I go Higbee. Sutton or Michael Thomas, I go Michael Thomas in that situation. MT is playing way too good a football to bench. Should I start Dobbins today or Stevenson? I will go Dobbins over Stevenson. I do think that Dobbins is going to be worked kind of slowly in, but over Stevenson, like, for sure. Not even close, for sure. I have no faith in Stevenson right now. Michael Carter or Stevenson? Once again, it's Michael Carter for me. Definitely Michael Carter for me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got under 20 minutes to go. Let's go. Almost time. Almost time for kickoff. All right, let's do some more rivals here. Ooh, Dameon Pierce versus David Montgomery is tough. Start A-Rob over Mike Williams if Herbert is out. I'm fine with that. I think he's got a good chance to have a decent day. Man, Brandon Cooks over Darnell Mooney I kind of like. Ooh, I don't know if I want to bet on this Eagles game. Yeah, these are tough calls. C-Crep, what's up, man? Start Carr if Herbert is out, or wait and start Rodgers. Oh, goodness. I'd probably wait and go Rodgers. Nah, I don't like it, though. Maybe just roll with Carr. I'd probably just roll with Carr. I'm not too confident in Rodgers right now against the Bucs. Oh, gosh. I just don't feel great about it. I'd probably go Carr. But if you think Herbert has a strong chance to play, then wait and go Rodgers. Mooney sucks. Bears suck. Go Packers. How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers today versus the Bucs, Bunny Hop? All right, let's see. What's up, David? Noah Brown over Algalore. I think that's fine, but isn't Gallup potentially going to play? Still questionable. It's a Monday Night Football game. Like, Noah Brown loses value if Gallup plays, but I like Noah Brown more than Algalore, personally. I'm going to go Hollywood Brown to have more receiving yards than Allen Robinson. Decent. We got David B back. Jenkins. So is Jenkins. So Rodgers should have more time in the pocket. Should be fine. Those are good points. Those are good points. Can you imagine Greg Dortch having more receiving yards than Cooper Kupp? I mean, Greggy D is playing good football, but still. Mooney or Dameon Pierce? I go Dameon Pierce. Austin Eckler or Trevor Lawrence to have more rushing yards? Is T-Law like... Okay. Trevor Lawrence has 15 rushing yards on the season. Is that for real? Almost like Drake London versus Metcalf. Drake London over Noah Fant. Fant has a total of 6 targets, 5 receptions on the season. London, on the other hand, has 19 targets and 13 receptions. I will probably take Drake London to have more receptions, but you never know. Hey man, I was looking for QB streaming options for Herbert. Want to play Wentz, but I'm thinking since the Eagles. What do you think about Goff? I like Goff more than Wentz. Yeah, I like Goff more than Wentz. I will go Goff. I will go with Goff. I kind of like Cooper Rush, fewer interceptions than Danny Dimes. Go Kelsey, more receptions. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4. Need one more play here I feel good about. Yeah, I will go with Goff. I think Goff is a very solid streaming option. All right, ladies and gentlemen, about 12 minutes here. 12 minutes, guys. Getting closer and closer to kickoff. Should I play Devonta Smith, Darnell Mooney, Elijah Mitchell, Travis Etienne, and my flex, full PPR? My starting wide receivers are CD and Judy. I will go with Devonta Smith. Elijah Mitchell still hurt. Travis Etienne has not been performing. Darnell Mooney has not been performing. I would definitely go with Devonta Smith. I think he's easily the best start there. Moving forward, do you think Gallup could replace CeeDee Lamb as the Cowboys wide receiver 1? No. CeeDee Lamb's that guy. But Gallup can be very productive as a wide receiver 2. But no, I still give the nod to CeeDee Lamb, undoubtedly. Jeff Wilson, Greg Dortch, Ayuk, McLaurin, Dotson, or Olave for flex. I mean, truthfully, I'd probably go Greg Dortch. Probably go Greg Dortch. I mean, McLaurin or Dotson are fine. I'm kind of fading McLaurin this week. I probably will go Greg Dortch. It's just a good matchup. The Rams are 31st against opposing receivers. He's been playing good football, man. You know, McLaurin draws Darius Slay. I think Dotson probably doesn't see as much, you know, defensive pressure. Who is Johnny Munt? He's a tight end. Got 6 targets, 5 receptions on the season. Swift. I mean, Swift only has 5 receptions on the season. I don't know if I love that call. Yeah, I probably go Greg Dortch. One more from me. Should I start Chargers defense? J.C. Jackson out, but they play Jacksonville. Should I play them over the Bills? I think you're kind of in like a similar situation there. Both are fine. Both are fine. I'd probably go the Chargers defense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 10 minutes till kickoff. 10 minutes till kickoff. All right, there's my second Rivals lineup for the week. Hollywood Brown to have more receiving yards than Allen Robinson. Eckler to have more rushing yards than Trevor Lawrence. Drake London more receptions than Noah Fant. Travis Kelce more receptions than MVS. And DeAndre Swift more rushing and or receiving touchdowns than Adam Thielen. I like it. Should I drop the Bucks and stream the Chiefs? The Bucks have been pretty good. The problem is I don't want to see you drop the Bucks. I don't want to see you drop the Bucks. But yeah, on the week, I do like the Chiefs more, but you're gonna be fighting for the Bucks on the waiver wire. Damn, it's like that. What do you mean? What do you mean, WA? What'd I do? Oh, Pierce over Mooney. Yeah, I think Pierce is a much better start. Did I skip you by accident? I definitely go Pierce in that situation. Just added Red Zone to my TV. Dude, Red Zone is totally worth it. Red Zone is the best way to watch football, especially from a fantasy perspective. Like, Red Zone is incredible. Curtis Samuel or Garrett Wilson. Diego, it's a coin flip here. Both are perfectly fine. I probably go Curtis Samuel by a hair. But both are perfectly fine. Trust your gut. A.J. Dillon or Dameon Pierce. I go Dameon Pierce. A.J. Dillon draws a steep matchup against the Bucks defense. I go Dameon Pierce. Tua or Matt Ryan. I would go with Tua. Colts offense looks bad. A.J. Dillon versus Tampa Bay. Ramondre Stevenson or Travis Etienne. In that situation, even though it's a steep matchup, I definitely go A.J. Dillon. I don't believe in Stevenson or Etienne right now. Go Dillon, then Etienne, then Stevenson. John, hey, I appreciate it. I just feel like if the Bills perform this week, then they're a must start going forward. Yeah, I agree with that as well. Their secondary is questionable this week, though. But it's a good point. If they can step up and play, then yeah, you're starting them every week. But it's just tough because the Bucks and the Bills are probably the two defenses that you want. Or excuse me, that you weren't asking for the Bucks. You have the Chargers, yeah. Hey, if you have faith in the Bills, roll with them. Start Curtis Samuel, Russell Gage, or Juju. It's definitely Curtis Samuel. Definitely Curtis Samuel for me. Herbert or Jimmy G? Oh, it just depends. You have to ask yourself the question, do you think Herbert's going to play? You're in a good situation here, Jimmy G, in the second half of games. So this is purely a situation where you can sit back and see if Herbert plays or not. So If Herbert doesn't play, I think Jimmy G is perfectly fine for the week. Devonta Smith or Russell Gage, I definitely go Devonta Smith here. Definitely go Devonta Smith. James Johnson just traded Kamara, Juju, and Jamal Williams. Got CeeDee Lamb, Pitts, and Claypool. Got CMC, Fournette, Hunt, and Dillon at RB. Okay, I don't hate that trade. I mean, Kamara's the best player involved, but CeeDee Lamb and Pitts is nice. You still have CMC, Fournette, Hunt, and Dillon. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Kamara is big value to lose, though. But I guess if you needed the receiver help, it's fine. And he probably got Pitts extremely low. Should I keep rolling with JT, or should I try to go for a trade now because it gets worse if it does? I would keep JT. Yeah, I would keep JT for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes left until we sign off for the day. I got the Red Zone Show music blasting in the crib. I'm ready, baby. Let's go. Gotta love the Red Zone music, undoubtedly. Should I start Jerry Jeudy, Dameon Pierce, or Pollard? I mean, I'd probably go Jeudy, but if you're worried about his health, then go Dameon Pierce. Garrett Wilson or Curtis Samuel, I don't know if you already answered it. It's all good, bro. Yeah, I would go Samuel by a hair. By a slim margin, I go Curtis Samuel. I'm not against Garrett Wilson. And I would kind of trust your gut here. Both are fine. I like I said, I go Curtis Samuel just by a hair. It's Modelo time, says Bunny Up. Let's go. For tight end, would it be bad if I started Hayden Hurst even though I have Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow? Not necessarily. I think that the Bengals are going to have a good day. I think it's going to be their best game of the season. Yeah. I'm not completely against it. He's a good stream for the week. Allen Robinson or Drake London? I will go Drake London. Yeah, London's playing good football. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 4 minutes. We are winding down. 4 minutes till we are done. So, hey, I appreciate you guys being part of the stream today. I appreciate you guys spending part of your Sunday morning here at the channel. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button, of course, if you're new to the channel. Check out all the links down below. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to join our Discord. Just the best way to communicate with you guys. And overall, the best way to get consistent fantasy questions answered. We have a great community on there. So you guys can ask fantasy questions any time of day on there. So make sure to join the Discord as well. And it's just the best way for me to communicate with you guys. What would be the better option, Hayden Hurst or Logan Thomas? I would go Logan Thomas. I'll go Logan Thomas, Diego. Yeah, go Thomas. He's going to have a good day. Eagles have been very bad so far on the season against the tight end position. I go Logan Thomas. He's been a little bit more consistent overall. Can I drop James Cook or should I hold on? You can drop James Cook. Yeah. You're welcome, Jane. Good luck today with the Herbert situation. I hope for your sake and my sake he does play. I definitely need him too. So, good luck. Goff or Mariota? I would go Goff overall. But if you want to wait and see what happens with Herbert, if that's the situation you're in, then Mariota's fine. But if you just want to start a quarterback right away, then go with Goff. I'm fine with Goff. Fine with Goff on the week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go ahead and wind down. We got 2 minutes here. If you guys have a final question, I can squeeze it in. But that should just about do it. Another great stream in the books. Good luck today to everyone out there, man. Good luck to all the Catch fam. Thank you guys for a great stream. Thank you guys for the fantasy questions this morning. You guys killed it. I think you guys have a lot of good lineups out there. I have faith in you guys. I don't see any updates other than Julio Jones dealing with a partially torn PCL in his knee. But it's not an injury that requires surgery. He's a true game time decision. Let me do one last look at Justin Herbert. Nothing new. Nothing new on Herbert. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that does it. Another great stream in the books. Hit that like button on the way out if you guys didn't do so already. Hit that subscribe button, of course, if you're new to the channel. Check out the links down below. Make sure to join our Discord. Good luck, everybody. It's going to be a great Sunday. Don't forget, guys, sit back, have some fun, relax, watch some football. Don't let fantasy ruin your day. But good luck to everyone today, man. I believe in you guys. Think everyone out there has a solid chance. Saw a lot of good rosters today, a lot of good starts. So good luck to you guys, man. And everyone enjoy your Sunday. Be safe. Enjoy some football. I will talk to you guys more than likely tomorrow. I may not stream until Tuesday, but tomorrow morning we'll have our waiver wire ads for week 4 out. Then Monday night we'll have our must-start defenses, and then we'll move in to the rest of the week with must-start kickers, starts, sits at running backs and receivers, quarterbacks, and tight ends, as well as our regular streams on the week. So everyone, good luck in week 3. Looking forward to week 4 with you guys. That'll do it for today's stream. With that, I'll say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.